Trigger warning, this won't be helpful for people focused on who they blame for their trauma as opposed to how to manage their own healing. Sometimes we have to clean messes other people made in our lives even if it's not fair. Let's say we live in one house for the rest of our lives. This house is our life, and someone spilled milk all over the floor. This spill is our trauma. And let's say whoever spilled it fucked off. Maybe they died. Maybe they just moved away. Maybe they just keep refusing to do it. The point is, they are not gonna clean it, and there's nothing we can do to make them. And now, let's say guests in our house slip on the spilled milk sometimes and get hurt. They accidentally trigger us, and we yell at them, or give them the silent treatment, or neglect their needs. Some of us warn people about the spill ahead of time. We might tell new friends or new partners, hey, FYI, I've got trauma, there's this spill on the floor, so if you don't think you can handle that, you might not want to come in my house. We'll tell them what situations we don't handle well so they know what to expect. They may learn to tiptoe around the spill for a while, what not to say, what not to do. But if we never put any effort into cleaning it, they may have to leave because they've hit their limit of how much they're willing to tolerate from a person without the capacity to meet their needs. If we're genuinely not ready, or we don't have the spoons to do that work, that's valid, but it's just as valid for other people who can't put up with it. And the longer we wait to address the spill, it gets older, nastier, and harder to clean. The toxic folks among us don't acknowledge there's a mess at all until our guest slips in it. We'll flip out on them, seemingly out of nowhere, and catch them totally off guard. And we're so hell-bent on not cleaning it, we expect and often demand that they do. It's not even about holding the culprit responsible anymore, we just feel entitled to be spared the work. And anyone who would expect us to do it can't possibly really care about us, because that must mean they don't get it's not our fault, and therefore, not our problem. This is when we use our trauma as an excuse to neglect them, snap at them, be negative all the time, or make all of our problems their problem. And the most toxic among us blame our guests for the spill entirely. We'll have the attitude, there wasn't a spill here until you made it. Or, I wouldn't get so angry if you would just stop doing that thing you always do. Here's the tragic irony. If we show people we have the humility and bravery to clean the milk, that's when they start helping. Letting them decide for themselves is the loving thing to do and makes them feel safer to love us back. And friends are far more likely to help us clean the milk than the abusers who spilled it. And that should be obvious. Putting our healing and happiness in the hands of the people who have proven they don't care about us is just plain irrational. Some may see that perspective as victim blaming, but I only talk about cleaning up our own milk. You'll never hear me say it's our fault it got spilled. You'll never hear me say that we can punch ourselves with someone else's fist. We're responsible for our trauma healing, we're accountable for our trauma responses, but we are not at fault for the trauma itself. And damn right it's not fair, but nothing about life from an individual perspective is fair. We are all handed messes we didn't choose, but still have to deal with. Our bodies, culture, illnesses, accidents, disasters, tragedies, lack of privilege, not fair. Trauma is no different. It's another one of life's random-ass challenges we gotta maneuver ourselves through. The reason I talk about what we traumatized people can do to help ourselves and not what abusers should do to help us is because focusing on what other people should do feels pointless. I talk about ideas that help me, and that would not help me at all. I'd feel like I was hosting a circle jerk for self-pity. So how about we accomplish something worthwhile together and clean our fucking floors?